Welcome to ENCORE of Legends. I'm Kevin. Here, we honor legendary figures whose stories continue to inspire beyond their final curtain. From film and music to sports and culture, we revisit their journeys, achievements, and unforgettable moments. Join us in celebrating lives that left a lasting impact and continue inspiring generations around the world. Perry Beaumont, born on September 3, 1960, became known in the world of alternative rock for his long association with The Cure. His path into music began in a behind-the-scenes role as a guitar technician, where he developed a close understanding of the band's sound and live performance dynamics. Role in The Cure over time, Beaumont transitioned from technician to full-time member of The Cure, contributing as a guitarist while also working on keyboards and bass when needed. His approach was subtle and supportive, often focusing on adding texture and atmosphere rather than drawing attention to himself, which complemented the band's layered and emotional style. Musical style and contribution, Beaumont was valued for his versatility and steady presence. Whether in the studio or on stage, he helped strengthen the overall cohesion of the band's sound. His contributions were often understated but important in shaping the depth and mood that defined many of their performances and recordings. Legacy Perry Beaumont passed away at the age of 65. He is remembered for his dedication to his craft and his quiet but meaningful role in shaping the music of The Cure. His legacy lives on through the songs he helped bring to life and the enduring influence of the band's work. Nicholas Brendon became widely known for his role as Xander Harris in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, a character that balanced humor, loyalty, and emotional honesty. As part of the show's central group of friends, he helped bring warmth and relatability to a series that blended fantasy with real-life struggles, making Xander one of its most grounded and human characters. Work beyond Buffy. After his breakout success, Brendon continued working in television, taking on roles that showed different sides of his acting range. He appeared in series such as Criminal Minds and Kitchen Confidential, where he explored more dramatic and comedic performances. These roles allowed him to move beyond a single character identity and demonstrate versatility, impact, and connection with audiences. Brendon's work stood out for its emotional openness. Whether delivering comedic timing or more serious moments, he often brought a sense of authenticity that resonated with viewers. Fans connected strongly with the sincerity he brought to his characters, especially those who grew up watching him on television. Legacy Nicholas Brendon is remembered for a career that left a lasting impression on popular television. His performances continued to be revisited by audiences who appreciate the balance of humor and heart he brought to his roles, keeping his work alive in the shows that defined a generation. D'Angelo, born on February 11, 1974, emerged as one of the most influential voices in modern soul and R&B. From the beginning of his career, his sound stood out for its depth, warmth, and strong connection to classic soul traditions while still feeling fresh and forward-looking. He brought a thoughtful, deliberate approach to music that immediately set him apart in the 1990s music landscape. Breakthrough and artistic impact. His debut album, Brown Sugar, 1995, introduced a smooth, organic sound that helped shape the foundation of what would later be called neo-soul. With Voodoo, he expanded that vision even further, creating a deeply textured and intimate record that became a defining moment for the genre. Songs such as Untitled How Does It Feel highlighted his emotional vulnerability and commitment to artistic honesty, influencing a new generation of musicians across R&B and beyond. Creative approach and evolution. D'Angelo is known for his careful, patient approach to music. Rather than releasing work frequently, he steps away from the spotlight and returns only when he feels creatively ready. This approach led to Black Messiah, an album praised for both its musical complexity and its reflection of personal and social awareness. His work consistently balances richness in sound with emotional depth. Legacy. D'Angelo's influence continues to shape modern music. His artistry helped redefine contemporary soul, leaving behind a legacy built on authenticity, innovation, and timeless musical expression. George Segal is remembered as an American actor whose screen presence felt effortless, warm, and deeply human. Born in 1934, he built a career that stretched across film, television, and theater, becoming known for his ability to move between drama and comedy with ease. His performances often carried a relaxed charm that made his characters feel relatable and real. From drama to recognition, one of his most acclaimed early roles came in Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, where he earned an Academy Award nomination for his intense and emotionally grounded performance. This role helped establish him as a serious, dramatic actor, capable of handling complex material. Over time, he continued to take on a wide range of film roles, showing both versatility and consistency throughout his career. Comedy and television success, Segal later became widely recognized for his comedic timing and natural humor. He reached new audiences through television, particularly in Just Shoot Me, where his wit and charm became central to the show's appeal. In later years, he also became familiar to younger viewers through The Goldbergs, where he played a warm, affectionate grandfather figure. A lasting and gentle legacy. George Segal's career is remembered not only for its range, but for the ease and sincerity he brought to every role. Whether in drama or comedy, he had a way of making performances feel grounded and human. His legacy continues through the films and shows that still bring comfort and laughter to audiences today. Goldie Hawn was born in 1945 in Washington, D.C., into a household that looked composed from the outside, but felt emotionally demanding within. Her mother, a ballet teacher, valued structure, discipline, and precision, while her father, a musician, was often emotionally distant. From an early age, Goldie learned that affection was not freely given. It was something earned through performance, behavior, and control. Childhood, instead of feeling soft or exploratory, became something closer to training. She was encouraged to present herself well, to stay composed, and to avoid disrupting the carefully managed order around her. Beneath that surface, however, she experienced anxiety that she could not fully explain at the time. Even as a young girl, she struggled with sudden waves of fear and emotional overwhelm, often in private. These early emotional experiences did not disappear as she grew. They became part of her internal world, shaping how she learned to function in public, while managing a much more fragile inner life. Anxiety, dance, and the search for stability. As she grew older, dance became both her refuge and her discipline. It offered structure in a world that often felt unpredictable. Training at a young age required endurance, repetition, and emotional control, all of which suited the environment she had grown up in. However, even within dance, there was pressure to be perfect, to meet expectations without showing strain. This reinforced her tendency to hide emotional difficulty behind outward performance. Anxiety did not leave her. It adapted. It appeared as physical tension, sleeplessness, and moments of panic that seemed to arrive without warning. Yet she continued forward because movement gave her something stable to hold on to. In many ways, dance became the first space where she understood that expression could carry emotion without words. It also became the foundation for her future career in performance, where presence, timing, and emotional honesty would matter as much as technical skill. New York, uncertainty, and early professional struggles. In her late teens, Goldie moved to New York City with ambition but very little financial security. The transition was not glamorous. It was uncertain and often uncomfortable. She faced periods of instability, temporary housing, and the emotional strain of trying to establish herself in a highly competitive environment. While she pursued opportunities in performance, she also experienced the reality of rejection and inconsistency. At times, survival itself took priority over career progression. Despite this, she continued training and auditioning, holding on to the belief that persistence might eventually lead to opportunity. Her time at the Martha Graham School of Contemporary Dance became especially formative, demanding both physical and emotional resilience. The training was intense, often stripping away comfort and forcing students to confront their limits. For Goldie, this period was not just about learning technique. It was about developing the endurance to remain committed, even when success was not guaranteed. Breakthrough and the beginning of public recognition. Goldie's breakthrough came when she joined the cast of Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In, a television show that valued spontaneity, humor, and expressive personality. Her natural comedic timing and distinctive presence quickly made her stand out. Unlike traditional performance styles that relied heavily on structure, this environment allowed her to be more instinctive and playful. Audiences responded strongly to her energy, and she soon became a recognizable figure in American entertainment. However, with visibility came pressure. Public attention increased rapidly, and expectations began to form around her image. What audiences saw as effortless charm was, in reality, something she had learned to manage carefully. Behind the scenes, she still experienced moments of anxiety and self-doubt, especially before performances. The contrast between how she felt internally and how she was perceived externally became more pronounced, marking the beginning of a lifelong tension between public image and private experience. Fame, emotional strain, and the weight of expectation. As her fame grew, so did the emotional demands placed on her. Success brought opportunity, but it also introduced constant visibility and scrutiny. Goldie became known for her warmth and comedic lightness, yet this public identity often masked the complexity of her inner world. She later reflected that being seen as endlessly cheerful created pressure to maintain an image that did not always match how she felt internally. In private moments, she experienced anxiety before appearances, sometimes feeling overwhelmed by expectation. Despite this, she continued working consistently, building a career that required emotional accessibility even during difficult periods. Over time, she learned how to compartmentalize, separating public performance from private struggle. This ability helped her sustain a long career, but it also highlighted the emotional cost of maintaining constant visibility in an industry that often rewards appearance over authenticity. Oscar success and the challenge of being typecast. Winning the Academy Award for Cactus Flower marked a significant turning point in her career. It solidified her status as a major Hollywood figure and opened the door to larger opportunities. However, recognition also brought limitation. She was often cast in roles that emphasized charm and lightness, reinforcing a narrow perception of her abilities. While audiences appreciated her comedic presence, she wanted to be seen as more than a singular image. This tension between recognition and restriction became increasingly important to her artistic direction. She began seeking roles that allowed more emotional depth and complexity. The challenge was not gaining success, but expanding beyond the boundaries that success sometimes creates. Her early career thus became defined by a dual experience: celebration on one hand, and the quiet effort to avoid being confined by that celebration on the other. Reinvention through film and creative control. A major shift came when she co-produced and starred in Private Benjamin. This marked her transition from performer to creative decision-maker. The project allowed her to shape narrative, tone, and character direction in ways she had not previously experienced. Its success demonstrated that her instincts extended beyond performance into storytelling and production. This period marked the beginning of her reinvention as a multifaceted artist. She continued to take on roles that challenged expectations, including Overboard and The First Wives Club, which combined humor with themes of independence, identity, and resilience. These films resonated widely because they reflected real emotional undercurrents beneath comedic structure. As she moved through the 1980s and 1990s, she also became more selective, choosing projects that aligned with her evolving sense of purpose, rather than simply maintaining visibility in the industry. Personal life, marriage, and the experience of separation. Goldie's personal life included 2 early marriages that reflected different stages of her emotional development. Her first marriage, to dancer Gus Triconis, gradually dissolved under the strain of career demands and emotional distance. Her second marriage to musician Bill Hudson began with optimism, but eventually became strained by conflict and separation. She became the primary caregiver for her children. After the relationship ended, navigating both emotional responsibility and professional pressure. These experiences deeply influenced her understanding of stability, trust, and family structure. While public attention often focused on her career, her private life involved continuous adjustment and resilience. She has spoken openly in later years about the emotional complexity of these relationships, particularly how they shaped her approach to parenting and partnership. Rather than defining these periods as failures, she often describes them as formative experiences that contributed to her emotional growth. Kurt Russell and long-term partnership. Her long-term relationship with Kurt Russell became a defining emotional anchor in her life. Unlike earlier relationships marked by intensity and instability, this partnership developed gradually and without formal pressure. Their connection was built on mutual respect, humor, and shared understanding of the entertainment world. Importantly, they chose not to marry, a decision that reflected their belief that commitment does not require formal structure. Over time, their relationship became a stable foundation for both personal life and family unity. Kurt also played an important role in her children's lives, contributing to a sense of continuity and support. For Goldie, this relationship represented a shift from emotional uncertainty toward consistency. It was not defined by transformation or drama, but by steadiness and presence over time. Later, life health, and changing priorities in later years, Goldie has been open about the physical realities of aging, including vision challenges and general health adjustments. These experiences have influenced her daily routines, encouraging a slower, more mindful lifestyle focused on well-being rather than constant output. She continues to engage in wellness practices such as meditation and light physical activity, prioritizing balance over intensity. Professionally, she has become more selective, focusing on projects and initiatives that align with personal values rather than public demand. Her work in emotional education and mental wellness reflects a shift toward long-term impact rather than constant visibility. This phase of life has not diminished her presence. Instead, it has refined it into something more intentional and reflective. Legacy of resilience and reinvention. Goldie Hawn's legacy is not defined solely by awards or box office success, but by her ability to evolve across decades without losing her core identity. Her journey reflects resilience through emotional challenge, professional reinvention, and personal growth. She moved through periods of anxiety, public expectation, creative limitation, and personal change, yet continued to build a career that adapted with time. More importantly, she helped reshape how female performers are perceived in entertainment, particularly regarding aging and creative control. Her influence extends beyond film into cultural conversations about emotional well-being and authenticity. At its core, her story is about continuity, learning how to remain open, creative, and grounded, even as life changes, shape every stage differently.